I did not know where that was going.
Oh, unexpected.
Wow.
Unexpected. First up to bat, home run.
Jeez, Dennis. Welcome.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome to a early recording.
A Tuesday of all things.
It's been a good 6 days. I've got a couple stories.
I'm in day 14 of COVID. That's my story.
COVID.
Yeah, both of us.
Day 14?
I'm day 14. She's day 7, so I'm still...
So you had it last week, and you didn't mention anything.
I didn't know it. I never got tested. They never asked me.
But how do you know the day you got it, though?
Symptoms stay. You just backtrack and figure out when you got sick. It's the best you can do.
Huh.
The first day of symptoms is day 0. I went to the doctor day 3, sick as a dog, at my most highly contagious point.
What number of COVID infection are you up to now?
3. I've had it 3 times, I believe.
COVID 3. But day 14, I assume you're on the mend.
Well, I'm symptom free, and I tested positive 2 days ago, only because once you test positive, you stay positive for up to 90 days. The question isn't whether you're positive or negative. The question is whether or not you're contagious.
Indeed.
Generally speaking, that it's going to be 3 or 4 days, as far as folks can tell. So the key, this characteristic now, is if you're symptom free, then that will affect your mask wearing and your...
I was going to ask about mask wearing, because, I guess in my travels, I have occasionally seen someone wearing a mask, on the subway or in a plane, but I haven't seen a mask in several years.
Plane, subways, it's not a bad idea if you can stand it. It's just so much contained air.
Except that I think the science is that the air in an airplane is way more recycled and cleaned and filtered than it feels like. But
or than a subway,
it feels like you're in a fart tube with all the other people, and you're just in there smelling each other. But I think the reality is that the air in there is more clean than anything we really experience on the ground.
Yeah, I imagine.
But
I've caught it in the airport though. So it's one of the times
my first time was flight related as well. So who knows?
Yeah. So you got a couple stories. I'll give you a glimpse of the entertainment desk just to whet the appetite a bit.
Do.
I ended up in a week of rehashing old series, including Mildred Pierce, Kate Winslet, Guy Pearce, and then Mare of Easttown, Winslet,
really?
And Guy Pearce.
Yes.
And did them back to back. And I gotta tell you, I was fucking impressed. I just started tonight another one of the top 10, which will make me have seen 8, but I've already seen it. Sharp Objects with your heartthrob, Amy Adams.
She's low on the top 10 list, but she's on the top 10 list. Yes.
That's not what you said earlier.
She's adorable.
That's not what you said before. At all.
But yes,
but anyway, you want to cover it up now, that's fine.
That's the... God, I want to say psycho thriller, but there's some dollhouse aspect to it.
Edgy.
Yeah.
Edgy. Yeah.
That's on Amazon Prime for me.
Yeah, I just opened it up while I was waiting for you. Anyway, the striking thing about particularly Mare of Easttown is that that's a part of the world where I grew up. So Pennsylvania towns are in my history, and not dissimilar, of course, from upstate New York towns and and whatnot, and the proximity of the houses and the closeness of the houses to the street and the traffic
and
and
the accents
bar. And they're all drinking Yingling, you know, or Rolling Rock, and eating, fucking cheesesteaks, and pizza and
fucking cheesesteaks.
Yeah,
and talking like that too.
Julia, I think Julia Nicholson is also in it, and she's been in several series and shows that you and I have talked about before. One of the most remarkable performances of any actress. I'm not sure what. I'm sure she was nominated. She should have won for Best Supporting Actress. But just such good writing and real stuff, although I got to tell you, Mildred Pierce was fascinating for me from a
Julianne Nicholson. I love her.
Yeah,
she got the cute freckles and
freckles everywhere.
Freckles for days.
Very complicit in the murder scene in the
outsider.
Unexpectedly, and similar to other times I've rehashed, I couldn't quite remember what happens.
Yeah. That's the best. Like when you reread a book or whatever, and you're still in suspense about, God, I know that this is about to go really badly, but I can't remember how or who dies.
How or why,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I do not recall who the killer was in Mare of Easttown, but I remember that.
Right.
It was an important. That was the.
Right.
It's a whodunit in the end.
Neither did I.
Right.
Neither did I. In fact.
But I feel like it's because maybe they did so many zigs and zags.
Oh, they did. Well, there were three three definitive answers to that.
Right. So, how can you possibly remember what the actual final zag was?
Right.
But yeah, sure.
But very, very bolting. And Jean Smart played her mother, and
yes, I love her.
She's iconic, absolutely iconic. And I don't know. And so here's a question for you. Maybe you can answer it immediately. Is that the woman who played their daughter?
Oh, sorry.
His name was Susie, maybe, but her last name is Bacon. Sosie Bacon. I wonder if she's Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwich's daughter. Sosie Bacon from.
Jesus! Just looking at her face.
Didn't you think so?
It's pretty obvious, but also it says in IMDb she's the daughter of the acclaimed actors Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick. Yes.
What's it say?
Yes, is the answer.
She is Kevin Bacon's daughter.
Yeah.
Who I'm seeing tomorrow night. Him and his brother.
You're seeing
the Bacon brothers live.
You're seeing Bacon tomorrow.
Yep.
Nice. Well, tell him how great Sochi was.
Yeah. Well, she was quite good. So yeah, that's been.
Isn't that wild that a movie star is also a touring musician?
To hear him tell it, no, because he said, for me, I'm just all about the creative process, and it doesn't matter whether it's singing or songwriting or acting.
Yes,
I've got to be doing something.
But it is uncommon.
I don't know about. I wouldn't use the phrase uncommon. I would use the phrase more frequently than you think.
Other than Jack Black, who the hell can you name that
River Phoenix was one. Keanu Reeves is another. Johnny Depp is another. Jeff Daniels is another.
All right, fine. Yes, okay.
Need I continue?
Yes, you need continue. Go.
Never mind.
No. I will let you abort this.
Conan O'Brien is another.
Well, he doesn't really tour.
He doesn't
guitar.
profess to be.
Yes.
Kevin Costner for another.
It's the Kevins.
There's great footage of Costner with some original stuff that he sings and wrote, plays guitar with a band. Quite surprising, quite good.
Okay, I take it back. I
beat you to death with it.
You
Out, damn spot. Your foolishness is just now
you Costnered me.
Public knowledge.
Yes, I retract my previous statement, Your Honor.
Which was rare. Is that what you said? Rare.
Yeah, medium rare. So, I mean, how do you like your bacon? I mean, crispy.
6 degrees warmer than you'd think.
Indeed. So, this is going to lower your bacon number if you see him in live, right? No, you have to actually star in a movie. Never mind.
I don't even understand the question, but I'm looking forward to the concert. And it's at
But you're aware of bacon number.
Yeah. How many degrees from bacon?
Yeah. But like it requires that you star in a not star, but appear in a production with him.
And what does that give you? A special?
I mean,
tag?
if you're okay. If you've been in the same movie as Kevin Bacon, then your bacon number, I feel like, is 0. But then if you've been in a movie with someone else that has been in a movie that has been with Kevin Bacon, then your bacon number is 1. Or
and
2 or whatever, and on and on. So the idea is that everyone in Hollywood has a bacon number of less than 6 or whatever, or 6 or less. Which
6
is
degrees.
Yeah, which is that whole concept. But like, what a bizarre random honor. Like that whole meme was because some frat boys were like high one night and were like, well, who's the guy that's been adjacent to the most people? And someone was like, Kevin Bacon. And from there, like, went on from that. And like, that's why we have the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, which is wild.
He and his wife are ample users of public social
They're
media.
so good. They're so adorable.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah. They're goats and anything goes and
Just dancing and having fun and living life and like,
yeah.
they social media very well,
Yeah.
to put it bluntly. So,
Well, and you know the story about her enormous wealth.
I do not.
Oh, she's one of the wealthiest old money Hollywood starlets.
From the Sedgwick family?
Yes. Yes.
Do elaborate.
Jerry Sedgwick.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions. So, from where? Like,
Family money. That's all I know. Inheritance.
family money inheritance.
Google her worth.
She's the daughter of a speech teacher and family therapist, and Henry Dwight Sedgwick, a venture capitalist. He's predominantly a family from England. God, there's nothing on him or his wealth. Huh. I don't know anything about this.
Well, it's part of the reason they can live the life. I mean, he's been in so many successful films. I mean, he's quite a storied actor.
Of course.
A lot of different television stuff. You know, very wide, varied kind of roles. Some of the stuff just iconic.
From an upper-class German Jewish family, her father was from a wealthy Massachusetts clan of the English descent. The Sedgwick family and their descendants have been influential in politics, law, business, and the arts. Blah de blah. She inherited a fortune from her venture capitalist father. Some publications estimate that Kira Sedgwick's inheritance amounted to around 16 million.
Oh, 16. I'm way off.
That 16 million is
Nothing.
nothing these days. I mean, we get that from the Patreon. So,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
I hear.
whatever.
Sure, you're spending it wisely. I see
Yes.
we all have new outfitted office furniture on your end.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes,
Very
exactly.
chic.
Very
Black
chic.
leather.
Chic,
Steel.
chic as fuck, yes. So the
So,
fucking cat.
you have some anecdotes, travel related,
Yeah, so
I'm sure.
no, not really. So my wife threatened that this past weekend we might go again to the San Fermin festival for the end of it, because it's an 8-day festival, and like I said, it's 24/7. But the last Friday, we had the end of class party for for our dance class. So we go to a we'll say salsa dancing class, although we do other dances too, every week, and the teacher organized a dinner for us all to go out on a Friday night, and we typically have dinner very early for Spain, but at 9 p.m.
Wow.
So but also in the summer, my kids go out and roam around the town, and then I tell them be home by 9 for dinner or whatever, and then they come home at 9. But
So foreign to me.
right, but it's still light out, and I was a little bit late tonight because my wife and daughter were still having dinner out on our little terrace here that I have on our in the apartment where I do this, and so anyway, we're used to having dinner at 9. But so for this party, they said show up at 9:30 for us to have our pre-dinner drinks, and then we ended up sitting down at 10:30, and we got served our first course at 11, and we're getting our second course at 12, and we finished dinner at 12:30 or whatever.
So what were the courses?
The first course was just some. How do I describe it? They have this thing here they make that is made out of fish and mayonnaise, but it's like a spread that you put on your bread. And that was part of the first course, and then there were some calamari and some croquettes. Yes, deep fried, and other little bits. There was some ham and cheese and shit, that sort of thing. And then for our main course, we had no. This brings back flashbacks to my wedding, where rather than picking a main course, we just had like both main courses. So there was like a fish course and then also a meat course. The meat course was, as I recall, it was ribs that had been slow cooked for 24 hours or something, and just fell right off the fucking bone. It was amazing, but at that point it's like, ugh, I can barely put any more in my mouth. Like, this is so much. And then there was a little dessert, and then we got to get up and dance a little bit. But anyway, we ended up finishing. We got home at like 4 a.m., which, when we were young, was like, yeah, that's a typical fucking Friday night out. But now it's like, oof, that's really late, and and then on Saturday I slept until like 11:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
But the funny anecdote is that my 12-year-old son had asked if he could go and sleep over at his friend's house, which is right down the road. And when I mean right down the road, I mean like a 5-iron away. So when I was getting ready to leave, I was wearing some very nice linen trousers, and I didn't want to put my big heavy wallet in my light trousers. So I said, I'm going to leave my wallet, and I'm just going to pay with my watch or my phone or whatever. And so I left my wallet in the drawer where I leave my wallet always. And so my son went to his friend's house, and it's like it was a late decision for him to decide to sleep over there. And so he was like, well, we're going to watch an episode of TV, and then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to get my pajamas and toothbrush or whatever, and then I'm going to come back. And apparently he started watching whatever, and like time went by, and then it was like 1:30 in the morning, and he was like, I need to go home and get my pajamas and my toothbrush or whatever. And so he came home and like quietly opened the door, and he came in, and he wasn't sure, so he looked and he saw my wallet in the drawer, and so he was like, they must be home, so we need to be really quiet. And so he was like tippy-toeing around to get his stuff so he could go back out to sleep that night at his friend's house. Little did he know that I just left my wallet, and I wasn't home yet.
Funny. And he thought he escaped without waking you up. He was so thrilled.
He was like, okay, let's make sure Daddy doesn't hear us here. So we're gonna. So anyway, that was kind of a fun story. And then the rest of the weekend was pretty much just recovering from that, because turns out when you're old, you just can't stay up until 4 fucking a.m.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, anywho, that was my little story.
That sounds like fun. We've been tied down. COVID me, COVID her. It's funny. I went to urgent care. They didn't test it, so I was 4 or 5 days into it before I even bothered to test. But I was symptom free. Although tonight I got a little bit of another cough. A little bit. I don't know what that's from. But it's been a long 2 weeks, man. And I'm out of boot, obviously. I think I was last time. And
you're out in a boot.
Now I'm in a brace, a very nice brace that ties in at the metatarsals, ties in at the ankles, has Velcro strap wrapped around to the right and under and top, to the left under and top, and then a ankle brace on top, a patch on top of that. It's so sturdy. And I stepped on a stone, and otherwise it would have turned my ankle, and it didn't because of this brace. if I turned my ankle, I could be set back for weeks.
Yeah, you mentioned that last week. Yeah.
So yeah, I went to PT today. You know, he's now I'm moving to strength exercises and things like that. Range of motion is already quite improved. It's very hot here, so my desire to go outside and walk, for example, or work for that matter. I worked a couple hours the other day, and I'm sure I got very close to heat exhaustion, even though I drank 3 bottles of water in less than an hour and a half. I mean, it still was just so suppressive.
What sort of temperature are you referring to as it's so
this
hot?
is 86 degrees.
Okay.
And then sun factor 100 and make close to 100. Certainly in the 90s.
2,000.
And I'm in a hat and I'm mowing lawn. I'm spreading mulch. I built a little bit of a fence. Took a little creativity. I rose to the occasion, I must say. And I put down like 6 mil plastic, 5 deep. So you got 30 mil, which, you know, almost 1/8 of an inch of black plastic. Nothing will ever grow up through that. And then put black mulch on top of that to trim out my my building, my garage. You know, the 3 feet around the garage is just clear of weeds and very attractive. You got it. Stuff got to look sharp. Got to look clean.
Nice.
Got to look abundant. So yeah, baby. So I had to lay out of Mojo rehearsal last week, laid out this week, ultra caution, because since I'm rooming with a person that's still got active symptoms, you know, me being able to carry them or even catch it again is like, you know, I'm on her schedule too, you know. So, you know, watching a lot of that, I just get absolutely immersed in these series.
Yeah.
This detective series with Kate Winslet it's so gripping. So gripping.
And dark, as I recall.
So
dark.
Dark as can be, and a couple of funny moments, but
Yeah.
not many.
I recently finished the final the last released season of the show called Squid Game on Netflix, where it's this. What do you know about Squid Game?
I know very little bit about it, but yeah.
So the general idea is it's this. It's based in South Korea, and the idea is these super rich people are just bored out of their minds with all their money, and they decide, hey, why don't we find the poorest people that are in the most debt and promise them a whole bunch of money if they come into this arena and play these children's games from our childhood, like hopscotch and that sort of ilk, but like Korean versions of that. And what if we have them play this but to the death, and like the last of these 240 contestants, only one will survive, and we get to watch them kill each other, and then haha, isn't that amusing? But also but the really clever hook about this show is that like every contestant is there by choice. Like someone approached them on the street and said, hey, we're offering this, do you want to participate? And they said yes. And then after every single game, there's like 10 or 12 games in every season. After every game, they get to vote. Do you want to vote to leave and split all the earned money so far, or do you want to vote to stay and maybe other people will be more eliminated and you can have more money? And every fucking time they vote to stay. And it's a really interesting philosophical question of, am I willing to risk the lives of these other people for my own gain? It's really kind of sick.
And so they die.
They die, yeah. So after every game, they say, okay, 25 more people have died. Now there's 150 of you remaining. The 150
and
of you
show's about a particular specific death of a couple of people, or
no? There is a protagonist that you generally follow through the show, but it's one of these shows where they introduce characters and you start to like the characters and then they are killed off. It's one of those like Band of Brothers sort of a thing. Like Band of Brothers was really cruel about that, where you like started to like a guy and then boom, bullet through the head.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but they've gone. Like it was so successful in the first season, and then, but like I let my kid watch it because it's mostly like what I call headshot violence, where it's just a rifle that boom and then the person falls over. Later in the show there's a little bit more stabby, but whatever. And so I kind of felt obliged to at least finish this third season. Like they did this really weird thing with the second season where they like left it halfway, like the games weren't over, and they just like cut it off and said, no, you have to wait another 9 months for the next part. But anyway, it's a hell of a ride. So like I guess I recommend, but also it's kind of
dark.
It's fucking dark, and you know the fact that South Korea is dying on its own because they don't have enough babies is kind of well, I mean all of Europe is too, but South Korea is especially.
So?
Yes, so like the birth rate to maintain a level of population has to be like something like 2.3 babies per woman or whatever, because some percentage don't make it, but like 2.3 is like just replacement level, and like all of Europe is under 2 and South Korea is like under 1.
Huh.
Because
why is that?
There's a lot of, because there's this really competitive market for jobs, and it's really important that you get that as a young person, male or female, that you get the right degree, that you like. It's like all the worst shit that you've seen in the US about like rich people having SAT tutors to get their kids into Harvard or whatever. It's all of that, but like times 10. Like before you think about having children, you like pre-register for the preschool that has the best funnel into the right university. Shit like that.
Wow.
And then it's like so hyper competitive that if you aren't really amazing, then you then you won't get a job at one of the 4 big companies in the country, and if you don't get that, then you're not going to do well. And so like there's all this, it's so everyone's incentivized to not have children because having a child means that you necessarily need to pay for all of these like private tutors to have your child have any chance of success.
It retards your employability progression.
Yeah. And so like it's just there. There's a YouTube video I've seen that I will share with you and also in the show notes about this, where it's just like so like that's the extreme case, but like in a couple generations there will be no more South Koreans.
There will be no more what?
Koreans.
Oh.
So like also they in Japan have this immigration policy where they like let 5 immigrants in every year or something like that. And that like that's just gonna but like we have the same problem over here in Europe. Like it's a less of a problem in the US because I don't know, there's all the freaking Mormons or whatever that are having babies left and right.
Right.
But like in Europe, like the more secular and educated your society gets, the fewer babies you have, and therefore your population like it doesn't keep growing exponentially. Like it levels off
right
at a certain point when you get wealthy enough.
Hang on a second. It's hotter than shit in here.
Yeah, Squid Game.
So that's the background for the Squid Game.
But like that's not mentioned at all. But the very end.
I mean, it's common knowledge as background for the show.
Well, I guess and like apparently there's at least the idea from the first season was that there's a pretty big like gambling epidemic there. Like that's how all the people are in debt. And it's like I either go and I play these games where I might die, or the loan shark comes and breaks my legs and kills my kids. So like, but it's like it's such a fucking dark premise, but it's clever and I mean entertaining. Like I watched all of it. Like you end up liking people. And
but only 3 seasons and more to come, or no?
I don't know. They very much left it on a cliffhanger of there will be more, but yeah, like the.
Well, I'm waiting for Mobland to pick up again. That ended with Tom Hardy's character with a knife in his chest that his wife put there. Did you end up seeing that? Did you end up watching that?
It's amazing that we watch totally different television because you don't have Netflix and you're restricted to Showtime, which I don't have.
I watched the Irish Open with our Rory McIlroy competing head to head for the entire last couple of rounds, playing remarkably, and a fella got up, I think is his name.
Yes.
Who'd only won once before on the circuit, matched him stroke for stroke, putt for putt, made putts that Rory missed, and ended up winning it. And Rory ended up tied for second with 13 under, where the winner was 15 under. It was riveting. It was riveting to see. And it was interesting, of course, to see Rory in that role, because so many times when he fucks up early. And I've not watched a lot of him winning. So I kind of was hoping he would win for some reason. But this guy, kind of from nowhere, head to head, stroke by stroke, and quite, kind of a prestigious second tier.
That's what I love about golf. I love that literally any of the 200 people playing
Yeah.
could have their 4 best days in a row
Yeah.
and win and
Yeah.
beat the best players in the world, because the best players in the
Yeah.
world were having 80% days each time.
Yeah.
And
Got up, tied the course record of 61 his second day. And then was the leader going into the third round. But coming up is the Open.
so would you say he got up on the right side of the bed?
He got up on the right side of the bed and he won. He was so emotional he couldn't do the interview. He was crying,
Isn't that beautiful?
covering his face.
Yeah.
Just said, I can't do this.
Wait,
And he-
isn't Rory the latest Masters champ?
the latest what?
Masters?
Masters champ, yeah.
Yeah,
believe
okay.
So.
Okay.
And Scotty
I don't-
Scheffler is the number 1 player in the world. He ended up missing putt after putt. Ended up
loser.
probably 7 under, something like that. But this is all
Number
coming
1
up to-
player missing all these putts. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's
Coming
like
up
you're
to the
fucking human or something.
The Open is next weekend, and that's
Yes.
that's
But
a watch back to back.
I closely follow the Open's Twitter account, and they are letting me know that the Open
The
is coming.
toughest major. The toughest major, by all accounts.
I mean, it's
Course-wise.
it's a different game on the links.
Yeah.
So like, either you've practiced that because if you're practicing for the 90% of tournaments that are on Parkland courses, then you're not ready for the links. But yeah. Well, where is it this year?
I've been contemplating going back to golf. If I can get my 3 of my 4 limbs reorganized so that they're not faulty anymore, that I may take it up again, only to learn, of course, that I can take it up, but I can't keep it up. But seeing what would be in store for me after I've been out of it for, I want to say, going on 4 years, not played around.
Boy, I'm not far off. Like, because I missed the beach golf thing that they do here every year.
Oh, did you?
I haven't swung a club since last July, so it's been literally a year. So yeah, who knows what the hell my handicap is now? But I hope to, when I go in August to the States, I hope to touch grass, as they say.
Yeah, I cleaned out I cleaned out the area where my clubs are stored. So that means I'm only 1 step away from actually. I have them in one of those golf travel bags called the last bag you'll ever own.
Yes.
That's the name of it.
I made eye contact with the cobwebs on my driver the other day. So that's where I am.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. But I gotta move from heel to strong. So if I'm going to pick up golf again, that means I really need a exercise regimen, which I should be doing at my age anyway to keep my core operation. One of the reasons that I hurt myself readily is because I'm not using all my muscles and bones to the extent to keep them ready for use.
Right.
So that when I end up using them, it's an unusual occurrence, and that means.
And as we learned last week, it's not your bad swing; it's your healing swing.
Yes. Yes,
Right.
and in conversation this week, I use that in casual conversation.
Did you?
My healing foot. Oh, very
You didn't say those are bad hombres. You said those are healing
A
hombres.
bad foot is bad. Black and bad.
Like Leroy Brown?
Actually, Leroy Brown's on my list of improvements. There's a verse in Leroy Brown that I always get wrong, that it's got a certain kind of syncopation to it, that you've got to be able to fit more words in the within the notes than what you'd ordinarily expect. And the band director indicated that I needed to work on whatever it was that was tripping me up.
Tell me the freaking line now that you've queued it up.
Something about Leroy Brown
Pissing in the
looking
wind
at
or
a woman
something?
should have been found out what it's like to be on the crossways of a a pissed off bar fighting man. I mean, it's just once you get the syncopation, it's great, but you got to get it. It's nothing that's natural. I'm also doing a recording of The Distance in a week, so I've really got to get that up to speed. That is a tough song to sing.
Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone.
No, that's not
That's
the
good.
one. Earlier than that, I think a verse earlier than that. Something about the life of a jealous man. That line there.
Yes, he learned a lesson about Messin with the life of with the wife of a jealous man.
Yeah.
A lesson about Messin.
He learned
lesson
a
about
lesson
Messin.
about messing about a life of a jealous man. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's rough.
What else are we working? Gone Daddy Gone. Gone Daddy Gone. It's and Been Caught Stealing. Which I don't sing. I do backup for that, but I do sing. Gone Daddy Gone. Oh mercy. Well,
So
I'm about ready for dinner, broski.
at the risk of sharing a yet unresolved issue here, so my daughter is scheduled to this week to do her Taekwondo exam to get her black belt,
Oh boy.
and that's been 9 years in the making or whatever. Like, she's been doing Taekwondo for a long time, and so she's got this exam on Thursday, I guess. And last night she was out with her friends, and she felt a muscle in her leg tear.
Oh,
And Taekwondo is all about lifting your leg up super high.
sure.
And so she came home she had been having trouble with her muscles already and had been going to some physical therapy, but this was like a clear rip. And so she was kind of devastated. And we don't yet know, she's gone and done some stretching, and she can walk or whatever, but we're unclear about whether or not she can actually do. It's she knows everything about the test except for being able to do the high kicks.
Well,
But-
and the confidence that's required to do the utmost.
And
is just
she's
so impeded by injury
right, but
or the
she's
thought of injury.
and because this is her more or less last month of Taekwondo, because then she's going to go to the States and lose this practice and probably and whatnot. This need, she's willing to hurt herself in the exam if she can pass the exam. If she needs to rep something else that then it takes her a couple weeks to recover or whatever, like whatever. But we're also like, can we postpone, because we're not quite, like, we're not leaving immediately. Can we like do the exam a little bit later? But like, I don't know. So we're in this really tense situation of what's
the best path?
And it's the age-old athlete's problem of, do I rest and heal, or do I push through the pain?
Do I play through it? Right.
Right.
Well,
And
in
so-
some sports, you don't really have a whole lot of choice. You either sit out or you don't, if you can. I mean, you know,
Right.
football being a prime example of, you know, you play hurt all the time, but not so much with this type of thing. But the pressing.
Well, I think in
concern-
lots of sports you play hurt a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're like, if it was going to be her career to
Yeah.
be a Taekwondo person, then that would be a different scenario than, I just want to get to this point where I have this belt that everyone knows what it means, and no one really knows what it means to go beyond black belt. Because
Yeah. Right.
no one does. But everyone knows that black belt is the highest,
Right.
is supposedly the highest rank, but the people that are actually in those sports know that
There's various.
the black belt is
degrees
just getting started, man. Like, the people that are really into martial arts are like, oh, you got a black belt, great, welcome to the beginning of the club, because this is where it really gets hard. So we're in this state where we don't know what's going to happen, and stay tuned next week when I give the results.
Well, good luck on that. I got to tell you that things are great here. I ended up getting a job, but I lost the job. And
The same job?
yeah. I got a little story to tell if you want to hear it. Went to work this morning, not expecting a thing. Clocked in late, a ding, ding, ding. Boss man grabs me by my coat. Says you're a loser, I got you by the throat. I couldn't care less, I said with a grin. Stinking to high heaven like a bourbon and gin. You're fired, you fucker, now or get on out. Oh, that's when I began to laugh and shout, shit can. Hot damn, now I can drink all day. A shit can. Hot damn, now I can't work all day. The next morning my wife's out the door. I laid low sitting down on the floor. Opened a bottle of a Haymaker's gin. I was so happy to be sitting in shit can. Hot damn, now I can drink all day. A shit can. Hot damn, now I can drink all day. Oh, why do we work our whole life away? Chug, 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 it's all work and no play. Not me for certain, I live for the day. Now I don't work no more. A shit can, a hot damn. Now I can drink all day, yeah. A shit can, a hot damn. Now I can work all day. My baby got home at 5:30 sharp. Found me flopping around just like a carp. What in the hell is this all about? Of course that made me just laugh and shout. Shit can, hot damn. Oh, I can drink all day. Oh, she was mad. Shit can. Hot damn, yeah. And now I can drink all day. And now I can drink all day. And now I can drink all day. Yeah. Now I can drink all day.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm out, bro.
Peace.
Next week, man.
See you, bro.
See you, bro.
What?
Broski.
All right, that's it for episode number 255. You can find the show notes at happyhour.fm/255, where you can find a link to that interesting video about how South Korea is dying and some other links to stuff that we talked about. You can support the show at patreon.com/happyhour. And if you support at the Gin Martinis level, you can watch videos of this. See you next week.